What up, brothers? We're back with the G37 again with some more exhaust work. Now this time we're gonna be putting on these ISR test pipes. We're gonna get loud. That's what's gonna happen. Things are gonna get loud. It's already crispy, if you can hear already. So here's the ISR pipes. They're gonna replace the primary cats in this. Although they only have a primary, I don't think they have a California emissions on this car. But these he got from where again?
Import Image Racing.
Now they did come with the O2 extensions, they came with the hardware, they came with the gaskets, so they came with everything you need. They only just didn't come with an install kit. So now all we gotta do is install these puppies. The only challenge here, other than just unbolting and bolting them back together, which is simple, the problem here is where the things are located, because you can see the flange up in there, and you can see how rusty they are. The one here, even just the hanger right here, is really nasty. But they're kind of tucked up in there, so it's gonna be tough. We're definitely gonna have to throw some heat on these to get everything to loosen up most likely. Either that or break it, because we do have more bolts, so we don't necessarily have to save them. But I think some of those are studs. I'll have to find out, but we'll show you the process. So first things first, we sprayed the flange bolts with the banana juice, the special sauce to break up the rust on these things. The good thing on this one, the stud is actually in the catted pipe, so we don't really care if we break it. But the one on top here, which you can see up there, that stud is actually in the exhaust manifold, so we're gonna have to be tender with that and make sure we don't break it. Or if the stud actually comes out, we're looking for that more than anything. And we gotta get these oxygen sensors out, so we're gonna do that first while we wait for the other stuff to set in a little bit and kind of just prep everything else so we can take it apart. Oh, I missed it, he just broke it loose, man.
I can do it again.
Yeah, do it again. And then one other thing is there's no attachment on the new exhaust. So with these parts here, we're just gonna totally eliminate this bar. It just bolts to the pan, the oil pan here. And just don't forget those bolts there, because they actually hold the wire for the oxygen sensor. So we got these guys off. Luckily, they were not that nasty. They're pretty rusty, so I loosened them up with a ratchet first, just to make sure they weren't gonna break, and then hit them with the gun. But they are self-captured in the back. But if they do not capture, sometimes they'll spin in there, and then at that point you're kind of screwed. But eventually we'll get to one of those videos and I'll show you what we gotta do, but luckily we don't have to this time. So from getting that bracket off, that was holding the mounts here. Geez, I gotta change lighting quick. So it was going across here. So it opened up a pretty good window to get in here to get the rest of the bolts. It's still gonna be pretty tough to get the tops, as you can see where everything's located. Dude, this got reckless, guys. I think he broke, I don't know if he broke it loose or not, but it snapped. But didn't get filming, but he was, just to get it in there, he got everything lined up, and then I used a pry bar against the transmission case over here to actually hold the ratchet over so that he could just pull on it. Sometimes you gotta do some of that stuff. So we're bringing the car down because we're extending our options. We're running out of options down low. We're trying to get something different. So we're coming from the top to get the top bolt, because we got the other ones out. This one's just being a real pain. It's really tight, and it's really a small, close quarters area. So we're gonna go with something up here and see if we can dive down the side and see if that works. Just like that, jump on top. So while Jake's up top, I'm on bottom. So basically what I'm gonna do, since it's kind of hard for him because it's such a long distance, I'm gonna direct the socket onto the top bolt. For, exactly, you know, the bottom's always directing, making sure. I'm actually gonna come in from the side here probably. So you can see him up there with the socket. It's kind of tough. I need the other lens to really zoom in, but he's up on top trying to break it loose right now. Thing's tight. Look at him. Oh, here he goes. Jesus.
Oh, I'm getting it on video at least.
I'm liable to.
You're better off staying down as low as you can.
I broke something.
You broke the, yep, you broke the swivel, I bet you that.
Probably. Behind the drive shaft. Oh yeah, I see it up in there. Hiding up in there. Blew apart. This is why they make impact stuff, because this little chrome stuff don't do the job. But on the other side we are tight, so now we'll be able to use this one. I don't know why we didn't transfer that one already, but we're just using what we had. Went fishing. Oh, look at that! Royst. Oh, thanks. See, it got blown apart a little bit. Tool number 2 down.
The carnage, dude.
Breaking the extension. Right in half. We're running out of extensions, so we're making some. These ones are so damn loose, so we're gonna electrical tape them together, but we got a couple of these. Throw up in there.
So let's do this first. And then back out, and then we'll...
Sometimes this is what you need to go fishing, you know? Yeah.
What? Should've got better tools.
But we broke the bolt finally. Things started getting locked up in the hole after we broke it loose. But then we finally broke the head off of it, so now all we gotta do is get the rest of them off. So after breaking plenty of stuff with the audience over here, and Jake getting his fishing rod out, we finally got him out. Took a little bit. Now that we got no exhaust, let's fire it up. Hit it. So one thing that it does come with all new hardware, but just because of that stud there alone, we will not be using at least just that bolt because it will be such a pain to get that out, as you saw us struggling with the rest of it. So we're gonna leave that there, but then use the hardware for the new stuff, and the gaskets come with it. So let's put it on up. So now what we're gonna do is put in the extensions first, because we need to know, we're gonna test fit it because this has to be spun in a certain direction, which is nice. This jam nut here will let us lock it into whatever direction we want. We'll get it in, you know, halfway, full threads inside the hole, and then we'll jam nut it in the direction that we need. So we're gonna throw that in first before we put the test pipe up.
Okay, so we kind of want it to be like that.
Yeah.
Or like that.
If that works, I'd
actually
rather
my
have it
best.
up there, yeah.
All right, let me get it actually kind of ideally where it's gonna be. Somewhere like that, right?
Yeah, that looks
And then
good.
it plugs in right here.
Yeah,
It'll come
that'll work
across.
nice.
It'll come across these boys here and then plug right in. Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, when it comes to installing an O2 sensor, especially if you're doing custom stuff, you always want to make sure the O2 sensor is either perpendicular or best facing down in the exhaust, because if it's up, then it can accumulate water in the sensor and it'll ruin the sensors. You'll go through sensors like crazy if you don't. So best is to make sure it's pointing up if you can, but if not, at least perpendicular. So for the fun of it, if you guys want to know, we're gonna do the weight testing. So I got a scale here. So first, I gotta weigh myself. So I weigh 161.2. So now,
Skinny.
I know, right? I don't weigh anything. Now I got the exhaust, got the exhaust in my hands. 171.4. So
10 pounds.
pretty much 10 pounds. And that's just for one of these guys. Now, with the test pipe in my hand,
Let's see, this is the same weight now.
I use this one.
so 171.2. Sorry, I gotta zoom in, guys.
161 too.
This is the bad one.
Here's the one with the O2.
And then, so I'm gonna just grab one of these with the O2 in it.
Not sure if this is gonna be on.
And now
4
weigh
pounds.
160, oh. Yeah, 165.5. So 4 pounds.
You're losing 10 pounds.
That's pretty good. Losing 10 pounds just from this. And then, hold that.
Piece, that's probably 2 pounds.
Yeah, hold that. And then this bracket, which might be like 2 pounds or something. Yep. So yeah. So all in all, shedding 12 pounds, which is not a bunch, but if you guys are real serious racers, weight is weight. And now what's nice about the install is we can put our bolts in whatever direction we want. So now we don't have to worry about going in from up on top in the engine bay to tighten or loosen this one. We just swapped it around. And since it's a nut on both sides, all we gotta do is just put a wrench up behind it and hold it still while we tighten it this side. So its installation is much easier. All right, guys. So just, you know, simple bolting everything together. It's pretty easy. I'm not gonna show you all that because if you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't be doing this job anyway. And so the only thing is just make sure that you have your oxygen sensor tight and your jam nut tight before you go and finalize and get everything done, because otherwise that will spin out and then you're not gonna have a good day. So just a little visual where everything sits on the driver's side. You can see how that has plenty of room. Passengers does not have as much room, so we had to tuck it in between the transpan and the drive shaft. It's a really tight fit, but it does fit nicely up in there. And then, you know, typically bolting it up and all that stuff. Just don't forget to bolt your wires up on the pan as well, and then clip them in. No big deal. So let's bring it down and see what she sounds like. Yeah, crackling, but no backfiring. No fire. Yeah, you'll probably get flowed on like D-cell stuff, but. All right, so that's gonna do it for this video, guys. We didn't get a good sound clip driving around because it was raining pretty bad, and so it was kind of hard to get out and actually put the windows down and give you guys a good listen to what it would sound like on the road, especially because it was kind of rush hour traffic that time. But I think we'll do a separate video and do a review now that he's been driving around for a little bit to give you guys an idea what it really sounds like. I know it's really loud. I hear it shakes the house when it's a cold start in the morning, so it's pretty aggressive, especially with the Tomei exhaust on that thing too. But either way, let me know what you guys think about this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.